नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृतं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवतीत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नष्टिके। Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31, Text 10. Kim Janmabhis Sivir Beho Shukro Savitro Jaggikoi Karmovir Va Troi Praktoi Pumso Opi Vibudhayusha Kim Jannobhistribhirbeho Shakrau Savitro Jaggikoi Karmovir Vatroi Praktoi Pumsa Opi Vibudhayusho Kim Jannobhistribhirbeho Shakrau Savitro Jaggikoi Karmovir Vatroi Praktoi Pungsayopi Vibudhayusho Kim Jannobhistribhirbeho Shukra Savitro Jaggikoi Karmovir Vatroi Praktoi Pungsayopi Vibudhayusho Kim Jannobhistribhirbeho Mataji. Word-to-word meaning translation are poured by His Divine Grace. ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी Srila Prabhupada की Kim, what is the use? Janma V of birth, Tribhi, three, Va or Iho in this world. Shukra by semen, Savitra by initiation, Jagjikohi by becoming a perfect Brahmana, Karma Bhi by activities, Va or Troi in the Vedas, Praktahi instructed, Pumsaha of a human being, Opi even Vibhuda of the demigods, Ayusha with the duration of life. Translation: a civilized human being has three kinds of births. The first birth is by a pure father and mother, and this birth is called birth by semen. The next birth takes place when one is initiated by the spiritual master, and this birth is called Savitra. The third birth, called Jagjiko, takes place when one is given the opportunity to worship Lord Vishnu. Despite these opportunities for attaining such births, even if one gets the lifespan of a demigod, if one doesn't actually engage in the service of the Lord, everything is useless. Similarly, one's activities may be mundane or spiritual, but they are useless if they are not meant for satisfying the Lord. Please repeat after me. A civilized human being has three kinds of births. The first birth is by a pure father and mother, and this birth is called birth by semen. The next birth takes place when one is initiated by the spiritual master, and this birth is called Savitra. The third birth, called Jagjiko, takes place when one is given the opportunity to worship Lord Vishnu. Despite the opportunities for attaining such birth, even if one gets the lifespan of a demigod, if one does not actually engage in the service of the Lord, everything is useless. Similarly, one's activities may be mundane or spiritual, but they are useless if they are not meant for satisfying the Lord. The word Shukro, Janma, means taking birth by seminal discharge. Animals can take their birth in this way too. However, human being can be reformed from the Shukra Janma, or as recommended in the Vedic civilizations. Before the birth takes place, or before father and mother unite, there is a ceremony called Garbhodhan Samskaraha, which must be adopted. This Garbhodhan Samskar is specially recommended for higher caste, especially the Brahmana caste. It is said in the Shastra that if the Garbhodhan Samskar is not practiced among the higher caste, the entire family becomes Shudra. It is also stated that in the age of Kali, everyone is Shudra due to the absence of the Garbhodhan Samskar. This is the Vedic system. According to the Pancharatric system, however, even though everyone is a Shudra due to the absence of the Garbhodhan Samskar, if a person has but a little tendency to become Krishna conscious, he should be given the chance to elevate himself to transcendental platform of devotional service. Our Krishna consciousness movement adopts this Pancharatri Vidhi as advised by Srila Sanatana Goswami, who says, Chatha kancha natham yati kamsam rasa vidhanataha tatha diksha vidhanena didottam jayate nenam. As bell metal, when mixed with mercury, is transformed to gold. A person, even though not golden pure, can be transformed into Brahmana or Dijo simply by the initiation process. Thus, if one is initiated by a proper person, he can be accepted as choice born immediately. In our Krishna consciousness movement, we therefore offer the student his thought initiation and allow him to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. By chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly and following the regulative principles, one becomes qualified to be initiated as a Brahmana. Because unless one is qualified Brahman, he cannot be allowed to worship Lord Vishnu. This is called Jagyika Janma. In our Krishna consciousness society, unless one is twice initiated, first by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and second by Gayatri Mantra, he is not allowed to enter the kitchen or deity room to execute duties. However, when one is elevated to the platform on which he can worship the deities, his previous birth does not matter. Chandalopi dijo seshtho, Hari Bhakti Parayanaho, Hari Bhakti Vinascha, Hari Bhakti Vihinascha, Dijopi Shapacha Dhamma. Even if one is born in the family of a Chandala, if one engages in the devotional services of the Lord, he becomes the best Brahmana. But even a Brahmana who is devoid of devotional service is not on the level of lowest dog eater. If a person is advanced in devotional service, it does not matter whether he is born in a Chandala family. He becomes purified. As Srila Prahlad Maharaj said, Vipraddi Sharagunaha Jutat Aravindo Navaha Padaravindo Vimukhat Shapacham Varishtham. Even if one is Brahmana and is qualified with all the Brahmanical qualifications, he is considered degraded if he is averse to worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But if a person is attached to the service of the Lord, he becomes glorified even if he is born in a Chandal family. Indeed, such a Chandal can deliver not only himself but all his family predecessors. Without devotional service, even a proud Brahmana cannot deliver himself, and not to speak of his family. In many instances in the Shastra, it is seen that even a Brahmana has become a Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Mlecha or non-Brahmana. And there are many instances if once being born a Kshatriya or Vaishya or even lower, and in 18 years attaining elevations to the Brahmanical platform by the process of initiation. Therefore, Narada Muni says, Jai Sri Lakshana Praktam Pumsha Varnabhi Benjakam Jad Annatrapi Dishyata Tatnaibo Vinirdisyet. It is not a fact that because one is born in a Brahmana family, he is automatically Brahman. He has a better chance to become Brahmana. But unless he meets all the Brahmanical qualifications, he cannot be accepted as such. On the other hand, if the Brahmanical qualifications are found in the person of a Shudra, he should immediately be accepted as a Brahmana. To substantiate this, there are many quotations from Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Bharadwaj Samhita and Pancharatra, as well as many other scriptures. As far as the duration of life of the demigods concerning Lord Brahma is said, Sahasra Parjantam Ahurjat Brahmana Vido Pratyam Juga Sahasrantam Teo Pratra Vido Janaha. The duration of 1 day of Brahma is 1,000 times greater than the 4 jugos. You see. Aggregating, what is this? 4,030, yeah. Okay. Similarly, Brahma's one night. Brahma lives for 100 years of such days and night. The word Vibhudayusha indicates that even if one gets a long lifespan, his lifespan is useless if he is not a devotee. A living entity is the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord, and unless he comes to the platform of devotional service, his lifespan, good, bad, glorious activities, and everything else are null and void. Hare Krishna. Very long purport. Hare Krishna. Translation once again. A civilized human being has 3 kinds of birth. The first birth is by a pure father and mother, and this birth is called birth by semen. The next birth takes place when one is initiated by the spiritual master, and this birth is called Savitra. The third birth, called Jagdiko, takes place when one is given the opportunity to worship Lord Vishnu. Despite all the opportunities for attaining such births, even if one gets the lifespan of a demigod, if one does not actually engage in the service of the Lord, everything is useless. Similarly, one's activities may be mundane or spiritual, but they are useless if they are not meant for satisfying the Lord. Very, very important slok, and Prabhupada purport also very constructive. So many points have been mentioned here. I will try my best to enlighten all, and if I get some time, then I can also discuss regarding Jhulan Jatra, because some devotees are requesting me to speak about Jhulan Jatra festival is going on now, right? So let me see it. Especially this verse is enlightening us 2 things. One is the process of purifying our senses and proprieties. Second one is the ultimate aim of our life. In the last line of the translation, Prabhupada mentions the ultimate goal of our life is to satisfy the Lord, and the process by which one can purify his properties and senses, what is that? devotional science. We know all of you, but time and time again we see Srila Prabhupada is telling us about these things. Because this is only possible in the human lives. Kim Janmavis Trivir Beho. We see there are three types of births take place in our life. First birth is done from a pure father and mother. Why it is from a pure father and mother? That means there are some impure father and mother. What does it mean? Pure father and mother means married life. When a boy and girl is married, by following the Vedic principles, that life, that father and mother are pure. That's why Prabhupada said that pure father and mother. So many people all over the world we see, they are begetting children, but all are not qualified because all are not following the Vedic injunctions. That's why to become father and mother, one has to follow the principles mentioned in the scriptures regarding marriage life. So it is possible by seminal discharge. And we see this procreation is taking place even in the animal society. Human being also doing and animals are also doing. So what is the distinctions? The distinction takes place when a human being becomes initiated by the spiritual master. Spiritual masters means the devotee of Krishna. When one is initiated by a pure devotee of Krishna, then he gets another birth. That is called second birth. And here we see these three births are present and maintained in ISKCON society. We have come from father and mother. This was the first birth. And second birth means when we take initiation from the spiritual master. And what type of initiation it is? It is called, in ISKCON it is called fast initiations or Harinam Diksha. Through this fast initiation, the spiritual master instructs us to chant Krishna's holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Although we know chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is recommended for the age of Kali, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, declared it. He instructed everyone. But again we take initiations. And from this first initiation we get the same mantra. So the question may arise, what is the use of taking initiations from the spiritual masters? Because in this ceremony, the first initiation ceremony, the spiritual master is telling me the same thing. You chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and take vow not to break 4 regulative principles. Same thing we know. Yeah, this is ceremony. In this ceremony is very important. In the presence of the deities who are non-different from Krishna, in the presence of the fire sacrifice where the Brahmins are present, and we see the assembly of the Vaishnavas, and the spiritual master is present. So in front of everyone, Krishna, fire sacrifice, his expansions, and qualified Vaishnavas and Brahmins, one has to take vow. From today, I must chant 16 rounds and carry out 4 regulative principles. Then it becomes effective. Diksha kale shishya kare atma samarpan. At the time of taking initiation, the candidate becomes surrendered unto Krishna, to the spiritual masters. And at that time, Shei kale Krishna tare kare atma sam. At that time only, Krishna considers him as his equal. Krishna accepts him as his own person, dearmost person. So that's why taking first initiative is important. And through this ceremony we get second birth. And third birth is, this first initiation is not enough. After that we have to take second initiation, that is, through this initiation we get Gayatri Mantra. And by chanting Gayatri Mantra one can become Brahmana. So this is the stage. And at that time the person is given the opportunity to worship the Lord. Dijo or Bipro. This is called Bipro. So Bipro means a Brahmana. So one can get this position by taking the second initiation, that is called Brahmana Diksha. So these all things are taking place in ISKCON society. So through these descriptions we can see the authenticity of ISKCON society. Whatever Srila Prabhupada did and whatever the present spiritual masters are doing are not whimsical anything, are all mentioned in the scriptures, right? Like Vyasdev Krishna mentioned this. So this is the authenticity of ISKCON society. That's why when we see that a devotee is following this process mentioned in the scriptures, are making progress rapidly, right? So here we see Narad Muni is giving instructions to Prachetas. You know, Prachetas are the son of Prachin Bharishad. First of all, they rendered severe austerities by the instruction of Lord Shiva. And long time they did so. Then eventually they came back to the house. Then Narad Muni came to give them initiations. Narad Muni is a very good personality. He initiates everyone. You know, first of all, he gave initiation to his father, Prachin Bharishad. Prachin Bharishad is Karmakandi number 1. The Karmakandi. But Narad Muni made him understand that it is not good. You are king, better to become the devotee of Lord Krishna. Otherwise, all the citizens will follow you, follow your footsteps. All will become Karmakandi. The purpose of our life is not to become Karmakandi and Gyankandi. What is the purpose? To become pure devotee. That's why Narad Muni is imparting knowledge regarding pure devotional service. And you know, on hearing his lecture, this most complicated and attached person, Prachin Bharishad, he became completely devotee. And at that time, when he became devotee, at that time his sons are not present. They were rendering austerities, tapasya. So now Prachin Bharishad saw that I am now advanced in age. According to the scriptures, now I should leave the house, should take Banprastha. But my sons are not present. What to do? How can I impose this responsibility to my sons? My sons are not present. What to do now? He was not concerned about that. Just to follow the injunctions of the scriptures, immediately he left the house. He was not waiting for his sons. Let them come back. I'll give them the responsibility. No. You see, such a important, such a exemplary devotee he became, right? You know, in our society, suppose his father is present, the sons are not there. The time has come to take Banprastha. What will be? What the father will do? He will be waiting and waiting and waiting. Let my son come back. My sister, my daughter is now grown up. उसको शादी कौन देगा? वगैरह वगैरह करते करते टाइम चला जाते हैं. He waits and waits and waits. But Prachin Bharishad, also previously was Karmakandi, but he developed such strong devotion in his mind, in his heart, that he was not waiting. The time came, he left the house. So now, then Narad Muni came. He was giving knowledge to the 10 Prachetas, means Prachetas, 10 sons. So now you are going to take responsibilities of the kingdom. Be prepared. what to do. Narad Muni was telling this in instructions. So you should become very serious in executing devotional service. So Narad Muni was telling them, right? The first point, Narad Muni is telling that you should be initiated by the principles of devotional life. Means you should become devotee. Don't think that my father has karma kandi, we should also become. No, you should become devotee. And from the beginning, you please render devotional service. So in this way, he was telling, Narad Muni was giving them the knowledge. And they were very recipient. They were accepting all the facts. So, and after that, you should be situated on the Brahmanical platform. They also did so. So, first point, Narad Muni told that, taking birth is not ordinary thing. Father and mother should become very careful to give birth of the children. What to do before, in the injunctions of the Manu Samhita. How many of you heard the name of Manu Samhita? Manu Samhita is considered to be the constitutions of human life. What to do, what not to do, all the principles are mentioned there. And different types of marriage systems and what to do, everything is there. So in the Manu Samhita, this Garbhodhan Samskar is mentioned. In human life, there are 10 Samskars, like Garbhodhan Samskars, like Upanayan Samskars, like Annaprashan, it is called food giving ceremony. Sometimes we see it takes place in the absence of Guru Maharaj. So like this, there are 10 Samskars. The first starting is Garbhodhan Samskar. What is that? Before getting a child, the conjugal, means husband and wife, should inform a Brahmana to whom they are surrendered, to inform their plan. Hey Guruji, hey Brahman, hey Prabhuji, especially Guru, we are going to do so. Please impart us what to do and bless us. So on a particular day, according to the scriptures, they should get united. And before that, it is the injunction to the scriptures. They should fast, hold along, and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra at least 64. Don't think this is very ordinary thing. Oh, that is called Garbhodhan Samskar. And from this union, surely there is a good child. Good child means Krishna conscious child. That is the process. And it is also very scientific also. You see, suppose we see in our village, the farmer. What does a farmer do? First of all, he doesn't put the seeds in his land. He goes to his land and visit. And he thinks that it is required to cultivate first. Right? Cutting all the grasses. And withdraw all the weeds. Make it clean and wait for the raining. When the rain takes place, then in a very good morning, he goes to the and puts the seeds. And we see nice harvesting. Similarly, this garb is like a land. So before putting the seeds, one has to follow these principles. This is the injunctions of the scriptures, especially Manu Samhita. So Narada Muni is giving this knowledge to them, and then getting it. And eventually Narada Muni is telling that one has to become the devotee of Krishna. Doesn't matter you are the sons of the king. Doesn't matter you are the son of a Brahmana. And doesn't matter you are the son of a Shudra. Shudra Kshatriya, Vaishya and Brahmana all should become the devotee of Lord Krishna. That is the ultimate goal of our life. Narada Muni is telling in this way. Especially Narada Muni is glorifying the principles of devotional life, devotional service. Maybe one is a Brahmana. He has taken birth in a Brahmanical family. But he is not interested in executing devotional service. Is he really Brahmana? No. Jai Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki, Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Patit Pavan Govanitai ki. There are 6 functions of a Brahmana. What are they? Jajan, Jajan, Paton, Paton, Dan, Parigraha. Regarding Krishna. Regarding Krishna. So this is Brahmana. So if that Brahman is not interested in devotional service, he is no more Brahmana. But a person, he has taken birth in a family of a Shudra, but he is very serious in devotional life. That person should become considered Brahmana. What to speak about Brahmana? His position is even higher than the Brahmana. He is Vaishnava. And this person, Vaishnava, is fit to give initiation even to the so-called Brahmanas of our society. So his position is higher. So the Brahman must execute devotional service. And he will inspire and give teachings to the other people of the society. Otherwise he is not Brahmana. Right? And Brahmana, you know, what are the symptoms of the Brahmana? Especially there are some external symptoms. What is that? They are very expert in chanting Vedic hymns. Versed, well versed in the Vedic scriptures. And he will apply tilaka. What type of tilaka? Don't think that everything I can apply on my forehead. And sometimes we see that some persons are applying what is called this Shindur, Barmilan. They apply it. Sometimes different things are there just to decorate their forehead. The decoration is not very perfect. The purpose is to purify your senses. That's why it is recommended in the scriptures to apply what? Gopi tilak. Is very significant. And he should wear konti mala, made of tulsi tree. So first thing is applying tilaka on the different parts, limbs of his body, especially 12 limbs, and wearing konti around his neck. That konti must be made of tulsi. And what is the third thing? The external, I am just now telling about the external qualities, the symptoms. What is the third thing? He should always speak about Krishna. By his mouth or tongue, he should always speak about Krishna. He should release Krishna Prasadam. These are the different symptoms of the Brahmanas. So Narada Muni is telling them, you take everything very seriously. Otherwise, you may think that it is not required for us because we are the princess of the king. No. So take it and take it. So in this way, so let me just identify some important criteria of executing devotional service. What is the advantage of executing devotional service? The first point, by doing devotional service, our senses can become purified. Arthat, devotional service makes our senses purified. Right? Krishna is very pure. And regarding devotional service are also very purified. Devotional service is the purificatory process. Doesn't matter you are impure. Just you come under devotional service, you will become purified. Right? We see in the writings of Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindh. What is that? Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tatparateno nirmalam. Nirmalam means purified. Krishna, he is owner of all the senses, of all the living entities. And the purpose of all the senses is to serve him. when we engage our senses in the service of Lord Krishna, then automatically our senses become purified. There is no alternative way to be purified our senses. This is the only thing. If suppose on a fire, it purifies the places and everything. So, right? Similarly, Krishna and his devotional service purifies our senses. When we engage our senses in the service of Krishna, then our senses take quality of the devotional service of Krishna. You know, iron, it cannot burn itself, but when it is put inside the fire, it takes the quality of the fire. Then it becomes important. Similarly, although our senses are material, not purified, but when we engage them in the service of Krishna, who is most purified thing, automatically our senses become purified. That is the first advantage of taking devotional service. And not only then, second thing is that all our properties and assets become purified. Guru Maharaj, Param Pujyapat, Srimad Bhakti Guru Maharaj says, whatever we use in the service of Krishna becomes purified. So if you are having lot of money, put it in the service of Krishna. If you are having so much land property, use it in the service of Krishna. Then everything will become purified. Right? Otherwise, there is no another way to purify your properties. And second, that we can reach by executing devotional service, we can reach to our ultimate goal. What is the ultimate goal of our life? To go to back to Godhead. This is only possible by devotional service. You know, other so many processes are there, like I already mentioned, Karma Kando, Gyan Kando. They are not powerful enough to take you to back to Godhead. You know, the Karma Kando, Gyan Kando can be compared to a local train ticket. By taking a local train ticket, maximum you can go to one station to another, means one platform from another, in a province, in a state. Like we are now in Madhya Pradesh. So in Madhya Pradesh you can go anywhere by purchasing a local ticket, right? But if you go to another province, like West Bengal, Gujarat, this and that, you have to get a ticket for reservations. That is not local ticket. So that reservation ticket will take you to the another place, means wherever you like to go. Similarly, devotional service is like the ticket for going to back to Godhead. By doing Karma Kand, Gyan Kand, you cannot go there. You can go in this planet, from one planet to another, by executing Karma Kandi, Gyan Kandi, this and that. But if you want to go to another planet which is transcendental, you have to take the principle of devotional service, which is compared to the reservation ticket. This is very important. So we can do it from devotional service. And another thing is, the ultimate goal is to satisfy Krishna. Sangshiddhi Haritoshonam. You can do so many things, this and that, this and that. But with your activities, if you are incapable to please Krishna, then everything is baffled, useless. Everything is. Maybe you are a very big activist, social service, social servitor, this and that. But everything will become useless if you are unable to please Krishna. But by devotional service, very easily we can please Krishna, right? You know, in Chaitanya Bhagavatam, there is a very important two lines. Kavol bhaktir vash Chaitanya Gosai, dhan kul panditya kabu tare nahi pai. If you want to really subdue Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have to follow the principles of devotional service. Why? Because except devotional service, nobody can get nobody can subdue Krishna. Bash means subdue. So that is Keval Bhaktir Bash. Keval means only. Bhaktir Bash, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is only subdued to the devotional service. Dhan, maybe you have so much bank balances, properties, doesn't matter. Cool, you have taken part in a highly parentage or in a dynasty. Panditya, maybe you are a very scholar, you know everything. But due to this knowledge, parentage and property, you will not able to catch Krishna, his attention. That's why time and time again the scripture is making us careful. Don't miss to accept devotional service in this rare human life. Right? Don't miss it. So that is the advantage. Sangshiddhi horito shonam. So practically we see those are practicing devotional service, they are always very happy. Even in this lifetime and after this lifetime, always they are happy and happy and happy. But those are Kanmukandi and Ganukandi followers, they are not happy. So Krishna is the source of all pleasures. Satchidanand, he is always in the pleasure and he wants to give pleasures to his devotee also. That's why better to accept devotional life, and those are really intelligent. What is the measurement of identifying intelligent? How we can identify that someone is intelligent? Simply ask one question, whether the person is rendering devotional service or not. Don't see any other criteria. Just you see whether the person is executing devotional service or not. Why? Because Krishna is the absolute truth, the most and most higher topic. Krishna. So who knows Krishna? He is the most intelligent. Jajan Krishna Bhaje Shevaro Chatur. The person who renders devotional service unto the lotus feet of Krishna is surely very intelligent. So how many of you like to become intelligent? Thank you, sure, all of you. So this is the question. Wait. So that is the thing. So many points. Yesterday, His Grace Bimal Krishna Prabhu was giving so nice class. All the points Prabhuji mentioned, but I am not really so expert like Prabhuji. So that's why, although so many points are there, but I am unable to mention all the points. So let me little discuss about Jhulan Jatra. Jai Jhulan Jatra Mama Utsav ki. What is the English expression of Jhulan Jatra, Bimal Krishna Prabhu? What is the English expression of Jhulan Jatra? Swing festival. Oh, swing festival. Oh, very good. Swing festival. Swing festival. Huh? Okay. Surely you have heard the name of Narad Muni. Why he is famous? Because he is very expert in making dissensions among the friends. Right? So Narad Muni, although he had this quality to make excited everyone, to create dissensions and quarrel among the friends, but very special quality of Narad Muni is he is a very staunch follower of Lord Krishna. He is very perfect devotee, very exalted personality. That's why he can go wherever he likes. Where Krishna is present, where king is present. Any of the citizen cannot enter easily. One has to take permissions, follow the protocol, everything. So Krishna is the king of all kings. Where Krishna and Radharani are present, nobody is allowed to enter. But only one person is allowed. Who is he? Narad Muni. He goes every time, everywhere, anytime, without giving any SMS, without giving any notice and phone call. He can go. So Krishna saw the Narad Muni nowadays going to Radharani time and time again. Krishna noticed one day. And Krishna called Radharani, please come. I want to make you careful. Be careful about this person. Why? Well, he is very expert in making quarrel and dissensions. You know the relation between you and me. So please don't be too much intimate with this person. Be careful of him. Krishna warned her, but Radharani didn't take this instruction seriously by thinking, Prabhu, the love and affection which are existing between us will not be spoiled or destroyed by anyone. Don't think about it. Krishna, oh, you are good. Your thinking is good. But just I am simply telling you to be careful about this person. Because there are so many records. Narada Muni has so many records of these dissensions. Okay. One day, Narada Muni entered into the spiritual kingdom by playing his veena, very special type of musical instrument. The sound was so sweet, eloquent and enchanting. Krishna was sitting in the garden and all of a sudden heard the sweet sound producing from the musical instruments of Narada Muni. Krishna is hearing and hearing and hearing, completely enchanted. And when Narada Muni approached Krishna, Krishna became so happy that from his own accord, Krishna wanted to give him a boon. Narad, I am very happy on hearing your sound. Please, I would like to give you some boon. Please desire. What you like to have? Narad Muni replied, Prabhu, not today. Let the time comes. I will take this boon. Huh?